Okay. Let me see. Hi students. So this homework help is for lesson 4-2 Go Math. The problems that I'm going to go over are numbers 1, 4, 7, and 10. What you do want to keep in mind though is my numbers on Go Math homework may be different from yours. So while the concept is the same, but you can't just copy down what I am doing because the numbers that I'm going over on my homework may be different from the numbers that you're getting on your homework. Okay, so but let us get started. So over here on number 1, it says enter the reciprocal of the number. So the first thing I'm going to do is write down the problem, which is 2/3. And what I want to do is I want to get the reciprocal of 2/3. Reciprocal is when you have the original number and if you multiply that by its reciprocal, you always get the answer 1. The product is always 1. Now, how do you get that reciprocal? It is actually very simple. What you do is you flip this fraction. So the reciprocal of 2/3 would be simply 3/2. Once you write that answer, you're gonna box it. And you can do a quick check. Let's multiply them and see what you get. You get 2 times 3 is 6, and 3 times 2 is 6. 6 over 6 is 1. So exactly what I said, its product is always a 1. Okay? Now, what you want to do is you want to click on this, and I'm going to choose the fraction bar and type 3 over 2. Close this box, and I'm going to click on check the answer. Make sure for every problem, you must check the answer, okay? Now, let's say you are struggling with this problem, then you can do view example, then it'll tell you what the reciprocal, it'll give you the answer. You can also try step by step, which is similar to view example, but it actually has you try a number like this. Okay. However, what you need to notice is this. If you use view example, and then you will see on the bottom here it says try another. So if you utilize view example or step by step, and if you move on to the next problem without trying another, now this one, if you remember, I already solved it correctly, but if you click on the next problem without trying another, then what it's gonna do is it's going to mark it wrong. Okay, let me show you what I mean. So like, let's say you got the wrong answer here. Okay, and obviously it says try again. I'm on number 2. So then I'm going to use step by step or view example. Now, I know what the answer is. I know what the correct answer is. But if I go to the next problem without trying another, then notice how it's going to mark it wrong, okay? In order for me to get it right, I must click on try another and get the right answer. So the reciprocal of 16/9 would be 9/16. I'm just going to go ahead and do that. 9/16. Oh, sorry. 9/16. Okay. Close this box. Check the answer. Well done. And then once you move on to the next problem, it'll mark as correct. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to try number 4. Number 4 is dividing fractions, but notice one of the numbers is a whole number. It says 5 divided by 3/4. So then what you want to do with that 5 is you want to make it as an improper fraction by putting the 5 over 1. Okay, so I wanted to make sure that I covered that. Now, how we divide fractions is we use a strategy called KCF, keep, change, flip. So I'm going to have the students write those on top of their fractions and the division symbol. So you keep the first fraction as it is. Change the division to multiplication, and you're going to flip the second fraction. Then you're going to multiply across. That's a strategy that we use. What we are really doing is we are multiplying by its reciprocal. Okay? All right, so let us multiply. 5 times 4 is 20 over 1 times 3 is 3. We are almost done, but notice this number is an improper fraction. So I am going to divide. I'm going to put the numerator in and denominator out, in and out, and write the improper fraction as a mixed number. So 3 goes into 2 0 times. 3 goes into 26 times, which is 18. Your remainder is 2. So then you need to know your parts of the mixed number. This quotient, this is your whole number. Your remainder here is your numerator. And then your divisor is your denominator. So you're going to write it as 6 and 2/3. 6 and 2/3. Box the answer. And I'm gonna click here. First, I'm going to type 6. And then I'm gonna click on the fraction bar and type 2 over 3. Close the box. Check the answer. It says well done. And now I'm ready to move on to number 7. Okay. All right. Number 7. It is a word problem. It says, well, it's not really a word problem, but it has some words. How many 18ths are there in 7/9? Okay, so then the question is it 18ths divided by 7/9, or is it 7/9 divided by 18ths? Okay, and then another question is, what is 18ths? Okay, well, first of all, the total amount that you have is the 7/9. Okay, so you're wondering how many 18ths are in 7/9. So 7/9 is your dividend. Okay, that's the total that you have. So 7/9 is gonna come first. You're gonna divide it by 18ths. 18ths means 1/18. So 1 over 18. That's what that means. Okay, all right, now that we're done setting it up, KCF, keep, change, flip. Okay, this one I think I'm going to show you how to cross cancel and then multiply across. Of course, you can just simply do 7 times 18 and 9 times 1 and then simplify that way. I'm gonna actually show you both. Okay, all right, so that's the strategy I'm gonna take first. So 7 times 18, I don't know that off the top of my head, so I'm gonna multiply here. 7 times 8 is 56. 7 times 1 is 7 plus 2 plus 5, which is 12. So your numerator is 126 and your denominator is 9. 9 times 1 is 9. In and out. So 126 in, 9 out. I'm going to divide and see what kind of answer I get. So 9 goes into 1 0 times. 9 goes into 12 once. When you subtract, 12 minus 9 is 3. Bring down the 6. 9 goes into 36 exactly 4 times with the remainder 0. This means your answer is, here's your whole number. Your answer is 14. There are 14 1/18ths inside 7/9. Okay, that's the answer. You could also, though, going back to the original problem, use cross-canceling, and that would be really wonderful to do on this problem. Because 9 and 18, you can divide by 9, which would give you 9 divided by 9 is 1, and 18 divided by 9 is 2. Then when you multiply across, you get 7 times 2, which is 14, over 1 times 1, which is 1, which means you get the same answer, 14, same answer, but in a much simpler steps. Okay? All right, so the answer is 14. Let's type that and see what I get. Well done. Okay. All right. The last one I'm going to do is number 10. So on number 10, it says 4 people share 2/3 pound of peanuts equally. What fraction of a pound of peanuts does each person receive? Enter your answer in simplest form. Now, this is the most common mistake students make. This is how students set up this problem. A lot of students do 4 divided by 2/3. Okay? But think about what this means. This is incorrect. This means you're saying you have 4 people and you're gonna divide those 4 people up by 2/3. Okay? You're dividing people. You cannot do that. Okay? This is incorrect. The correct equation would be you have total of 2/3 pounds of peanuts. You're gonna divide that by 4 people. Okay? And you wanna put that over 1. Okay, that's the correct setup. KCF, keep, change, flip. This one, let me just multiply across. 2 times 1 is 2. 3 times 4 is 12. I can simplify by 2. So 2 divided by 2 is 1. 12 divided by 2 is 6. So the answer is 1/6. Each of the 4 people are going to get 1/6 of a pound of peanuts. Okay, let's try if that is correct. 1 and 6. Close and check. Okay, all right. So once you are done, over here, not for me, but for you, you always have 2 options here. I believe one of them is like save and close. So then you can go back and continue working on that. And the other one says something like submit or turn it in. You have to remember to turn it in, okay? Otherwise, teachers don't get the report on that, all right? Okay, so that is it. Thank you.